welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So, my name is Michelle, and I'm an intuitive astrologer. I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So, today I will talk about the upcoming new moon that will happen in the sign of Scorpio on the 19th or 20th of November, depending on your location, 2025 at 28 degrees and 11 minutes. Okay. And I will start off with explaining this new moon in general, and then I'm going to dive into each and every single sign. So I will combine the astrology with some intuitive messages. Okay. Now, before I start, I just want to let you know to check out my Etsy shop because I designed this new hoodies. I love hoodies actually in the winter. They're so comfortable. So I designed them because I thought, I really like Zodiac. I like astrology. So I created the sweaters for each sign. I'm wearing the Virgo sign. And it says, I fixed it. You're welcome. So I like this funny quote. So you can check it out. There's also the calendar for the year of 2026 that I designed. And there is predictions for each and every single month with them. So you can apply that to your own planning. So let's look at this month, or let's look at this new moon, right? It's a very, very special new moon. Okay. We have so much water. We're still in Scorpio season here. This new moon is in Scorpio. We have Venus in Scorpio. We have Mercury, Cassimi, right? This like in the heart of the sun. So here we're going to the heart of the matter. So this month or this new moon is going to reveal a lot of things to you. We have Mercury retrograde, right? It will be retrograde up until the 29th, and it's going really in depth in your own heart and see what it is that you truly, truly want. And what maybe you don't really want. What do you want to remove? Which obstacles need to go? So, this is a time for clarity, but clarity only comes from being in silence, going with the flow, right? We have a grand trine in water. We have this new moon trining Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and it's also trining Jupiter retrograde. Okay, so this is a lot of introspective energy because Saturn is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde. This is a time to really come back to yourself, to get to know yourself again. And if you look at water, right, if there's chaos, water is chaos. Like it's going to go different ways. And you can only see through water if it's calm. So this is your challenge, right? In this new moon, that you're gonna find this calm place within yourself. And you can do that through meditation. You can do that through art. So artistic expression. We have the North Node trining Venus there in Scorpio. So paint down your feelings, write down your feelings, okay? Like if you have a job that is related to artistic expression or creativity, this month is really going to help you, okay? So the water signs especially going to be impacted with this moon. But in general, it is not a time to be forceful because the North Node is squaring Mars in Sagittarius, right? Like this Mars is kind of on its own because there's so much water. But it's not a time to be very impatient. It's time to do your research. It's time to read into things. Like maybe you're gonna read your favorite books. Time for self-help books to give you more clarity in your life and in specific situations. Because Scorpio is the sign that rules the eighth house. This is about cycles, and this is about also breaking cycles. So lots of information can come to you, not a time to rush or do too many things, see too many people. This time is really for you. It's a beautiful time to, do a therapy session or a coaching session or just spend it on your own. Okay. Time for clarity. Now we have this new moon also opposing Uranus. Uranus now is back in Taurus. It's retrograde. And, we have very little Earth planets, okay? Planets in Earth. Like, so if you feel like life is leaving you a little bit, you can ground in the park, okay? You can ground yourself a little bit. Also, there's not a lot of air, so it's not time to make a lot of impulsive decisions. It's time to make a decision based on your intuition. Based on your intuition. So if you're too much in your mind, overthinking, you're not taking this opportunity of going with the flow and feeling, because water wants to feel and it will show you a new direction, a new place to go. So we have this opposition with Uranus, right? With Mercury and this new moon. And this is really unexpected events. Maybe something unexpected is coming up. You have clarity and you're like, I had no idea that that would shake up my life. This thought, this change. So there might be a certain shake up happening in your life that actually is going to bring in a lot of positivity for you, right? It could be sudden money coming in because some blocks need to be removed. Like sometimes we have obstacles in our life that we don't even know. Sometimes it's even energetically things are blocking you. It could be your subconscious thoughts. It could be, you know, we have Jupiter retrograde. It could be some family members. It could be you maybe not connecting to a home or feeling at home somewhere. So it's time to feel where you can connect as your home. And to do that, you have to first feel at home in your own body, right? Because I see so many people live outside of their body, right? This is a trauma response. This is when you don't want to feel anymore because you're afraid of your feelings. But actually walking away from your feelings is gonna make things a lot worse. So now is the time to feel them. We have Pluto in Aquarius in a sextile with this new moon. So it's a very empowering time. But once again, it's not a time to push forward, it's a time to feel. So it's going to be this intensity from Pluto is going to um, push you in the right direction. You don't really have to look for it, right? Like water just goes with the flow, it just goes with the stream. It's not looking for things, it doesn't need a lot of strategy, it just goes. So, right now, it's time to listen to your intuition, find clarity. If there's any chaos in your life, like it's time to kind of remove yourself from it if you can, so you can have still waters. Also, water holds memory, right? So you could have a bit of nostalgia, like going back to old times, family times, perhaps, going back to your childhood, remembering your hobbies and things that used to like give you so much fun and pleasure, things that you love to do and that you kind of left behind, right? Like painting or writing, like things that you really like to do and that you kind of forgot about yourself, right? This is about reconnecting with you and feeling these emotions. So if you feel like crying, because water is also, it's cleansing. So crying is very, very healing. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you're female or male, crying is very healing, very normal. And now everything that's going to be released are going to bring a lot of healing to you. Okay. I'm really excited for the end of this month, this new moon, because um, this is not a time to be in chaos. This is a time to be with yourself or to be with people that you really feel calm with. If anything feels like a chaos, like detach yourselves from that if that's possible, right? Like in some situations that's not possible, but you can still like sometimes, even if it's just 10 minutes, do a meditation. I don't know, go to the toilet, put on some meditation music and just reconnect with yourself, because this is so, so important this month. It's a very beautiful. So if you're an artist, if you're in a healing profession, you will see that there might be a lot of clarity coming to you, like ideas that you didn't think you had. Um, but they only come through intuition. So it's time to reconnect with that part of ourselves, right? We are becoming whole and complete when we really connect our intuition with our intellect. And it doesn't even matter what job you have, but if you do things from intuition, from your gut feeling, and then also apply strategy to it, you're really gonna have like you're a whole being. Okay. So do I have something else to tell? No, this is time to reconnect with your heart, to reconnect to who you truly are, and to look at your patterns, okay? Because Scorpio rules the eighth house. This is about your patterns. We have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So, beautiful time. Like some people will have a spiritual awakening around this time. It's very important to protect yourself as well, okay? Because there's so many things that distract us, like media, all these things around us that are impacting our energy field. And it's so important to have repetitive protection, like put yourself in the light, okay? It's really important because even people you meet, people you mix with, your energies are going to merge with each other and you're going to pick up, and everybody's more sensitive this month. So, um, the best way to deal with it is to really go in your intuition, because ultimately we can help the collective when we are connected with ourselves. And if we're going to go into fear, if we're going to go into, anxiety because of so many things, the problem is that the collective energy is not going to change. So it's good to inform, it's good to act, but it's also good to take time and reconnect with yourself, because once you lose yourself in a certain process, right? And I've had this before, that I lost myself in other people, helping other people, right? This is the healer trap. But it's important to first connect to yourself, and then you can help others, and then you can act and stand up, okay? Um, yeah, it's also a good time for romance, right? It's a very romantic, compassionate time. Like it's of unconditional love, like letting love flow. So yeah, romance with a partner. Maybe you're feeling like, just, if you're single, that you want to meet someone new. For some of you, that could happen. Or you could look within to see what actually you're looking for, because sometimes when I ask people what are they looking for, they want love, but they don't know actually what would suit them, because you need someone that's going to be on your vibration, right? So you first have to be in a vibration where other people can be a match, and then you can grow together. It's not about being perfect. Actually, it's about being your authentic self that's going to attract love, okay? So the more we think, I need to be like this to attract that, that's not going to work. You need to first reconnect with yourself, and then you will meet, if you have weird hobbies like me. I'm into astrology, right? So I need to be with someone that also likes those things, because it's hard to be with someone that is not accepting of that. I love to talk about it, right? And when I stopped hiding my spiritual side, which I've done for many years, kind of even, partying it away. I didn't want it. I was like, this is too much responsibility. I don't want to help people. I don't want to be a flying up in the air. I'm a very grounded person. I don't see myself doing this at all. So I really tried to escape it. And but the universe had different plans. There was no escaping this. So um it's about accepting. And once I accepted it, and I didn't run away from it, because being different is weird, and I know so many people have their own things that they feel like they're different, right? Because everybody has their own thing, and once you accept your quirks and you accept, like, this is who I am actually, and you stop trying to fulfill what society tells you to do, right? Then the right person can come in. And this is what happened for me as well. When I let go, when I said, you know what, I'm gonna be a weird lady. I have a cat. I'm just gonna stay like that. Then the right person could come in, because I let go of expectations. I let go of expectations of myself. And sometimes that's still a trap. Sometimes I still have such high expectations of myself. That's actually why the last video was, my throat started hurting, because I was like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't give the quality that people want from me? Like, this pressure on yourself. And I know that so many of you are struggling with that as well, because people are becoming more negative, more critical, finding flaws in everyone. And honestly, we all have flaws. If you look, they are there, right? But you can also look at people people getting up every morning to go to do their passion and do something, and spend their time in that. So from now on forward, I'm really more determined to help people who are doing something that is following their heart, like independent entrepreneurs, like supporting them more, leaving more comments on YouTube as well for other people that I think do so well, because there's so much work in it, right? There is so much um work. So yeah, I don't know. I hope this inspires you as well to first become this authentic version, no matter how quirky or weird you are or your interests are. Like the other day I saw a video of a woman who makes photos of squirrels. I mean, it's so different, but it's her path, right? So it's important to really, really follow your heart, no matter how different, how strange. There's always someone that needs what you have, this talent, okay? Don't be afraid to follow that. Okay, let's have a look at all the signs, because I've been ramping a bit, but I feel so passionate. I'm feeling this watery energy. I'm feeling very melancholic, and I just want to have a conversation with people and, have deep conversations, which is also very water-like. So spending deep conversations with each other, and yeah, wonderful time, really wonderful time for reconnecting and for more clarity. And I really hope that you find what your heart wants, because once you connect to your heart and you follow your path and you let go of all your fears of what could go wrong, then suddenly what you really wanted, you just it's coming because you don't really need it anymore, because you found it within yourself, right? Okay, so let's start with Aries. So my lovely Aries sun, moon, and rising. For you, we have this new moon in Scorpio at 28 degrees in your eighth house. So this is very much related to breaking certain cycles in your life. Okay, very good time for meditation, um, swimming, taking a bath. This is a cleansing time, removing the obstacles that have been preventing you from the things that you truly want. Okay. Some of you are thinking about moving because you have Jupiter there retrograde, and we have a grand trine in water from your fourth house to your eighth to your 12th. So, fourth house is moving. It's not the time yet, right? We have too many retrogrades right now, but it could be thinking about moving, thinking about your childhood, your family patterns, how you can break them. This is about your subconscious patterns. So some of you might be doing anything related to hypnosis, card readings, therapy. Just listening to your favorite podcast can already change so much within yourself. You can do like a self healing, anything related to self healing. You could be redecorating your home, making it more cozy so you feel more connected to your roots. Some of you are traveling back to your home country, okay? Come where if you live abroad, that you going to a place, to your hometown, or you could be having nostalgia for that, right? Even if you're traveling, you might be traveling and you feel nostalgia for your home. You're like, I'm away here, but I actually miss my own home, okay? Because we have Mars there in the ninth house. Um, so yeah, we have Venus in the eighth house as well. So if you're into art, you could really put your feelings into what you're doing, okay? And transform yourself and other people with the work that you're doing. Also, there could be some really good news for people who are surgeons. If you're doing anything related to research, that you have like opening and you discover something new. as a doctor, as a surgeon, as a scientist. You might discover something and it comes first with a hinge, and then you start to do research, because Scorpio is a sign that's very good at research, and especially in the eighth house. So you have Scorpio in the eighth house with this new moon. It's opposing Uranus in the second. So this discovery could potentially make you money. Okay. Talking about money, we have Uranus in the second house opposing this new moon in the eighth. So definitely um, joint finances. There might be some changes there. If you have a bank account with your partner, maybe you need to look at certain paperwork, bills, that maybe you need to finish something up, or you forgot to pay a certain bill and you need to kind of look at that once more and fix that. Okay. This is also a time for healing. Okay, so Scorpio is especially related to maybe you had like problems with bladder infection or things like that, and now is a time where you can heal that as well. Okay, so reconnection with family, certain family members that maybe you didn't spoke to for a while, that you can really reconnect with them. Um, Mars in the ninth house. So yeah, some of you are traveling. You could be doing a study and um, yeah, learning more about something you're passionate about, right? Could be even philosophy or cultures, or maybe you have an idea of learning something new. We have this new moon Cassimi, so Mercury is really at the heart of the sun. So here you're going to the heart of the matter. You're going to really look into what it is that you want and which blocks do you need to remove in order to get that and to get there, right? There could be some money coming in from other sources, but you have to see and strategize what to do with this money, right? It's not a time to begin new investments, but it's a time to do your research and to think, this is a really good investment opportunity, and do your research in that, Aries. We have these fairy cards. I have stargazing. So maybe go to a place, like some of you live in the countryside, so you probably can do look at the stars, okay? But stargazing will help you reconnect with your intuition. So maybe look at, maybe these universal questions might be coming up for you around this new moon, like what is the universe like? What do I think? Who am I in this universe? Yeah, your intuition will flow more freely and you will know what to do about your situation. So, whatever situation you're in, now is time to really reflect, get clarity, do your meditation or art, anything that makes your mind calm, because you can get more clarity from that. Pluto in the 11th house is sextiling this new moon as well. So, maybe some of your friends might have a strong opinion, but this strong opinion, right, is going to help you. Sometimes you need a bit of a push. Okay. So if someone is saying, you know what, that's what you want, you should do it. Those kind of friends. But sometimes that's good. That's exactly what you need to hear. Okay. So that would be my message for you, my lovely Aries. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment to share what you're going through. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, let's move on now to Taurus. So Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. So for you, we have this new moon in Scorpio in your seventh house. Okay. And we have this with Mercury, Cassimi, retrograde. Okay. So Mercury is going to the heart of the matter when it comes to relationships. Okay. Collaborations, one-on-one with your clients. So anything in this area that you've been hiding from yourself, that you didn't have clarity about, right? And it doesn't mean, this could be about your existing relationship. You're just gonna know better what you need from your partner, know better what it is that truly makes you happy. This could also mean that, you know, if you're single, you're gonna start to understand what it is that you need from a partner. Like, what exactly do you need? we have an opposition with Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So in your sign, right? But it's at 29 degrees. And you're really closing down this chapter of Uranus and Taurus, right? It's about your identity, accepting your quirks. And I talked a bit about this in the introduction, and I think this is really fitting to you as well, that you want to be in a relationship with someone that allows you to be completely yourself, to give you the freedom to express yourself, right? This is the opposition with Uranus. So, not fully going into uh, the relationship, forgetting yourself. It's about staying with yourself and the relationship. Like, it should be someone that is completing you, right? And you're completing them, and you can be a beautiful team together. It's not like you should sacrifice to be with someone, or you should only feel like, you know, a relationship is going to trap your freedom. Like with the right person, it's not going to feel like someone is trapping you. Okay. So a lot of questions are coming up. We have this ground trine in water. So in the seventh house, we have this new moon. We have Mercury and Venus. Then in the 11th house, we have Saturn and Neptune. And we have Jupiter in the third house, retrograde. Okay. So it could be that you're reconnecting with your siblings, and this reconnection with your siblings, you might want to talk with your friends, and you might want to talk. So you're going to maybe listen to things from different angles. You might be talking with your partner about your friends, or with your siblings about your partner or about your friends. Okay. You want to have more clarity in these situations. And you've been having Saturn in the 11th house, right? So you've been filtering your friends, and you really started to see who your real friends are. So there is this introspection going on, like with this new you, Taurus, who is still with you, who is supporting you, and who's not supporting you. There is Mars in the 8th house. So if you meet someone right now, because there's a lot of retrogrades, okay, wait before you jump into something with Mars in the 8th house, okay? First, get to know someone, because when it's retrograde, it's not impossible to meet someone new with retrograde. Very often, this is someone from a past life that's coming back, right? But you want to make sure and take your time before you take that step, okay? Um, then we have the North Node in the 11th house. It's trining Venus in the 7th. So yeah, there's definitely a chance of a collaboration happening. It could be with someone that you've collaborated with in the past. Could be for an art project or something creative, maybe social media, or at work. You could be working with someone that you're going to collaborate with, do a workshop with together. Okay. Pluto's in the 10th house. It's sextiling also this new moon. So you're really getting this creative ideas as well for work and what it is that you truly want to do. And it might be completely different than what you expected you would do. Okay. You might completely be in a new field. Completely be in a new field, Taurus. So let me get a card for Taurus. Wow. Okay. So we have precious time. Live every moment fully and make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. So this is about understanding that time is the most valuable thing that we have. So with who do you want to spend your time with, Taurus? Like, who is important for you? Who is going to be the person that you see yourself with on the long term, romantically? Who do you see yourself working with? Your friends, um, your family, like who is really precious for you, right? Some of you could be traveling also to a place you've been before. Okay, some place you really connected to with Jupiter retrograde there in the third house. It's also a time to think before you speak. So if you're gonna, we already have Mercury retrograde, and it's time to really think and maybe you're overlooking even some projects that you worked on before, and you're like, I just need to overlook that and see if there's anything that you can optimize or, even create better. Inner child, right? This is time to connect with your inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make your time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. So it's time to reconnect with your inner child, right? And maybe because you have the South Node in the fifth house, reconnect with your inner child, but also dare to show that to the public with the North Node in the 11th house. Dare to show this playfulness, this creativity more. Maybe some of you are going to bring a hobby and put it more in the public, right? But you need to practice for that. Practice. We have a lot of retrograde, so it's not a time to really go out there and show it yet, but you can prepare for it. You can already show it to your friends and not being afraid to act a certain way or do a certain way. Okay. Um, yeah, that's my message for you, my amazing Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you're going through, what this Grand Trine in water is doing for you. I'm very curious to hear from you. And until next time. So let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun and Rising, for you, we have this new moon in Scorpio at 28 degrees and 11 minutes in your sixth house. So this has to do with your health, okay? Talking about health, let me get a sip of water. So this is all about your health, your routines, okay? So if you've been having certain discomfort in your body, like me in my throat right now, anyways, so you have to look at the heart of the matter. We have this new moon, Cassimi, Mercury retrograde. This is time to introspect. So any illness, any discomfort in your body is coming from somewhere. And if there is any month to figure out where this is coming from, it's this month, because we have this Grand Trine in water in your sixth house, your 10th house, and your second house. Okay. So this is time to really see, the second house with Jupiter retrograde. We look at self-worth. Okay. Issues regarding self-worth. We have Saturn and Neptune in the 10th house. So again, this is visibility. So are you struggling with being visible sometimes, with you being seen or how you're being seen and your self-worth? Like, could that be impacting your health, right? Could it be that you're trying to do so well and you feel overwhelmed with responsibilities with Saturn in the 10th house, right? And this could be putting pressure on your health. So this is time to figure out like what exactly can you do to heal. And sixth house loves a good routine. So sticking to a good routine of waking up a certain time, doing your sports, swimming, especially swimming right now is very good with all this water, and uncovering where this discomfort in your body is coming from. Okay. Then also, this has to do with work and your colleagues. And with this Cassimi Mercury retrograde, we're going in the matter of the heart, right? It's in the heart of the sun. So here we're looking at what exactly is it that you want from work? What does your ideal routine look like? Like, what can you do to have a routine that you love every day? Okay. And Scorpio loves to do research. Or so are you doing a job where you can kind of do your research? Are you working with colleagues that, you know, that make you feel upliftment or uplifted, right? So any things coming up regarding colleagues or work, like how can you resolve that? Are you in the right job? Are you doing the right routines? And what kind of routine would really suit you, Gemini? So these things are going to come up Then Pluto is in the ninth house. So there's this curiosity to know so many things about the world, about the universe. And, Aquarius is very futuristic. So looking at the future, looking at maybe spirituality or, different ways of seeing the world, like reading into things, right? You could be very curious. And according to what you're reading, you might be changing your routines. You might be reading into health, for example, into spirituality, how those things come together and can really impact your health, right? Mars is in the seventh house and it's squaring the North Node. So could be some tension with your partner, or you could be a little bit pushy, or your partner could be a bit pushy. And there's also things to finish with work. So there could be some struggle there. How you can work with Mars in the seventh house is to do some activities together. You can go do some sports. Okay. Um, there could also be some anger if you're single, like, why isn't it happening for me? Like, what is going on? Okay. And here the North Node is saying, have patience. The North Node in Pisces is saying surrender. Focus first on what you do have, and then, the other things can align with you. Doing research on how to make more money as well is going to really help you. Okay, we have this fairy cards. What do we have here? Wait for winter. Well, it's pretty much winter now. Winter can help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intention are for the highest good of all. Well, to be honest, right? And this is a whole discussion on its own because, yeah, manifestation works, but astrology kind of overrules mainly. But if you stick with a certain routine and you go in a really high vibration, you can definitely manifest. Okay. Some things are easier than others, right? Because some karmas and blockages can hold you back. But I feel the importance of intention is very important. So having this intention of what it is that you truly want, how you want to make money, how do you want to work. So this winter time is a good time to reflect on that, to really discover what it is that you truly want, right? What will make you happy, what makes your health happier. Like if you keep having back problems and you are a builder, that's going to be an issue, right? Like you need to have something that suits your body, what your body is asking for. Fairy spotting. So, yeah, going in the forest, the fact believing is seeing, right? A lot of people say seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So sometimes we want to see facts first, but sometimes intuition is definitely right. And then first has to happen and you were like, you know what, I kind of felt that already. I kind of felt that this was the case. So listen to your intuition with this ground trine in water. It's going to reveal so many things to you. So believe that what you feel is true, because so much information the whole time, the whole day, right? Try to stay away a bit from all this information. We have so much water, and water holds memories. So sometimes we hold on to things that is not ours. It's not from us. We think it's ours, and it's really hard to feel yourself. So try to stay away from too much information when it comes to, like, um different, like all these shorts. It's information. Stick to what you want to know. That's going to build you up, instead of looking into different fears, because it's going to really impact your health by the end of this month. Okay, so that's my message for you, my amazing Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below. I would love to hear how you're experiencing this very watery time, a very beautiful alignment where you can really reconnect with yourself. Okay, so bless you so much, and until next time, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Well, this is an absolutely absolutely beautiful time for you. A great opportunity to reconnect with yourself and to see things about yourself that maybe are surprising to you. Okay. We have a new moon in Scorpio in your fifth house at 28 degrees. So if you're a Cancer, right? If you have between 20 and 29 degrees, sun, moon, and rising, you're going to be highly impacted, okay? Especially if you're around 25 to 28 degrees, 29, because Jupiter is retrograding your sign in your first house. So here you're going to introspect in your identity. Who am I? What is your, how do you lead yourself in life? And how do you want to lead others in life, right? You have a more nurturing approach with Cancer in the first house. Then the fifth house, where this new moon is all about romance and creativity, fertility. And we have Mercury retrograde Cassimi, this new moon. So it's going in the heart of the sun, this to the heart of the matter. So here you can unveil and unlock certain things, certain talents, certain skills, even some things that you didn't know you were very good at. Like suddenly you start painting and you're like, wow, I'm actually very creative. I had no idea. You start singing and you're like, you know what? People will say your voice is actually really good. Why didn't you ever like show that of yourself? Okay. So this is a time where you're going to explore, and it's also the house of children, the fifth house. So it could be that you're spending time with your children and they bring you on this amazing new idea. They're going to help you, right? With understanding more parts of yourself. Okay. Spending time with your partner, having deep conversations, maybe reading certain books that are really going to inspire you. It's a time for inspiration and going with the flow. There's so much water. You know, we have Saturn and Neptune in the ninth house. So this is a time for you to maybe study more seriously something that you're interested in, like spirituality, any healing modalities, anything related to you connecting more with the universe. So this could be through traveling, understanding cultures, doing research in certain areas. You know, you're doing research in I don't know, certain countries and how they, and then compare them to each other, right? So you want to know more of the world, and knowing more of the world is also knowing more of yourself. Maybe you want to become a teacher, you're studying to become a certain teacher, okay? And this could even be related to this skill or hobby that you're having, okay? But Saturn in the ninth house requires hard study. It's not going to be very, very easy, but the North Node is saying, you know what, this is the path you have to take. So if something new you want to learn, then yeah, true, a bit of hardship, but long-term knowledge is going to stay with you, okay? Like some of you maybe want to learn astrology. So anything that your curiosity is asking from you, okay? Maybe you're traveling a lot and it kind of feels heavy. It's like a responsibility that you're feeling. But through these trips, you're going to unlock something of yourself, unlock something that you didn't know you had within you. Very important time. So it's also opposing Uranus in the 11th house. So there could be like a shocking element, like your friends, changes in your friendships because you're doing your new path. And you'll see who's supportive and who's not supportive. Like maybe some of your friends unlocked this thing within you. Maybe there's a fear of showing it to the public and showing to the world what your talent is. Maybe you're a bit afraid to do that. Okay. We have Mars in the sixth house. Okay. So it's kind of weird with all this watery energy, right? You want to just go with the flow. And then Mars is bringing in a bit of restless energy, and it's squaring North Node. So it's like not too fast. Don't go too quick. Do some workout to work with this Mars, but don't rush your projects, whatever you're working on. Okay. So what do we have? We have these fairy cards, Cancer. We have tree wisdom. The tree dryad will help you negative, navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers to the sounds it makes. So some of you are really connected with nature, with music. Like maybe you're putting on music and your ideas will start to flow. Your intuition will be off the charts around this new moon. Okay. So then I have to come together. So come together with a group, maybe with people that are like-minded, that are learning the same skills, that are studying the same thing. Maybe you need to finish something, and you have to get together to finish something up because we have Mercury retrograde, we have Saturn retrograde, everything is retrograde. So anything unfinished, any project unfinished, anything, in the house, in the home, if you need to help family, okay? So anything that is unfinished right now, you're going to finish that up around this new moon. Pluto is also in the eighth house. It's sextiling this new moon. So you're going to have this force within you, like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do this now, and I will see where it's going to end up. Okay. So, yeah, that would be my message for you, my lovely, lovely Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it and leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I really, really appreciate you. I'm sending you so many blessings, and until next time. So let's move on to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this new moon in Scorpio in your fourth house, okay? We have also Venus here, and we have Mercury retrograde Cassimi. So in the heart of the sun, looking deep in the matter of Scorpio. So we're looking here at matters of the family. Maybe certain patterns, right? Scorpio rules the eighth house. This is about cycles, certain cycles you want to break in your family that are coming up that maybe um, you didn't know were there, and suddenly it comes to the surface, and you know what to do with it. You know how to break that cycle and how to maybe find your roots and find your own family, find your stability. Okay. This is a beautiful day for forgiveness. And I don't say forget, I say forgive. And you don't have to force that, right? But it helps you with yourself to look at the bigger picture, right? And you can always lighten a candle for your ancestors, for the people that hurt you, right? Because they're carrying that burden already of hurting you. Okay, even though they don't always show it, they know deep down, they know. And you want to set yourself free from certain situations, and you want to create space, because if anger stays with you can't really move on, right? It's really hard to move on from being so angry and trying to solve a situation that maybe right now doesn't have a solution. So what we can do is accept the now, lighting a candle for, as some people are, they don't know yet what is causing their behavior. They're still in the unknown. Like when you raise your frequency, you will become more knowing, more understanding. So what can you do from your perspective that can change things around you? So, first we have to take care of ourselves. And then when the cup overflows, we can have a good job, right? That's the opposite of the fourth house, which we have there. Now we have this opposition with Uranus in the 10th house, right? So first we have to make peace with our home situation, our family situation, our roots. And it can be your self-created family, right? Could be your friends, or people that you surround yourself with. Once you accept it, you will root yourself. And once you're rooted, your career can take off. And all other things can happen for you, right? We have this grand trine in water in your fourth house. In your eighth house, we have Neptune and Saturn. This is about joint finances, joint bank accounts. So there could be something that you have to look into when it comes to housing. Maybe you bought a house recently and you just need to look at the mortgage or loans, debts, things like that. You need to look into those things. Jupiter is in the 12th house. So we have three water houses here, right? So Jupiter is retrograde in the 12th house. So here it is a beautiful day to meditate, to really come back to yourself, right? You can spend the day at home, and this day at home can change the way you see your work, the way you see yourself in public, right? Uranus is very sudden, so sudden events can happen. And sometimes it happens because you change your perspective. And this is a cleansing time. Water is cleansing and healing. Okay, so eighth houses also have to do with joint bank accounts, finances. So looking into that, it's not a time to make new investments now, okay? With the South Node in the second house, sometimes it can drain your money a little bit. So be careful with overspending or with investments. Do a lot of research before you invest. We have so many retrogrades right now, so it's not a good time yet to take action on anything. This is a time to reflect and to really understand what it is that you need. So, how much money would you need to buy a house? How much money would you need to start a certain project? This is what you're going to do right now. What is a good time? Okay. To introspect and to understand what you need in order to continue, and especially when Jupiter is in your sign, because that's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay. So Pluto there in the seventh house is sextiling this new moon in the fourth. So um, there could be a lot of healing happening when it comes to partnerships. Was there any type of controlling aspect from your side, from their side? Because Pluto is in the seventh house. So my Leos, especially Leo rising, be very careful that you're not attracted to situations that are too good to be true. Okay. People that are trying to control you. Control is not love. Okay. And we are not perfect. Everyone at some point will experience some layer of jealousy or something like that. But it's important right now to see clearly what is your family pattern, what is the partner that you're attracting. Because very often those are going hand in hand, right? Like the partner you attract are very familiar with your family pattern. Once you resolve that, you will attract a partner that is fitting your energy and the person that you want to be, Leo. We have Mars in the fifth house. So this is a very energetic, maybe you want to work on certain projects, you want to build something, right? We have Mars in the fifth house. Like some of you want to build something, maybe for in the house, restructuring anything. So this is about optimizing your house, closets, getting things reorganized, or building something that is gonna add a new dimension, a layer to your house that feels comfortable for you. So let's look at this fairy cards, Leo. What do we have here? Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So what exactly do you wish for? Like sometimes we get stuck into a pattern, what we don't want, and we keep attracting what we don't want. So now it's time to get clarity. We have this Grand Trine in water that's going to help you understand better what it is that you do want when it comes to housing, when it comes to family. And it's not like you can change your family, but you can rebuild your own family, right? And maybe you love your family, right? If you love your family, then you can make wishes for them as well. And even if you don't love them, you can still make wishes for them because, everybody deserves happiness, no matter who they are. Everybody wants deep down to feel happy. So the oldest and wisest souls can send love to those that maybe don't feel that back. Okay. So we have hope. Um, and I'm not saying, and someone doesn't have to be present to love them, right? Like someone can be somewhere else living their own life and you can still send them a blessing. That's why prayer is so powerful. We have hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation in a positive one. So even if something hasn't shown itself, hope helps and it creates the feeling of wanting it. Not desperate for it, but wanting it. And you kind of planted like this little seed, right? For the things that you want. So don't give up on the things that you truly want in life. I think it's so important to follow your passion. Okay. So maybe it's fun also with Mars there in the fifth house to do some activities with your children. Okay. If they're a bit older, like do something active, do sports together, go to the park, do some football, things like that. Okay. It's a beautiful day to do that. So that's my message for you. My amazing Leo is a very spiritual new moon. So a um, spiritual speech is here. Okay. But it's gonna be an amazing alignment and it can really change the way you see work, the way you work, but sometimes we have to clean up the root first so the plant can grow. Okay, so that's my message for you, my amazing Leo. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this grand trine is working out for you. I would love to know the impact that you're feeling already because it is a very beautiful time. Okay, so sending you many blessings and until next time. So let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun and Rising, for you, we have this new moon in the sign of Scorpio in your third house. So this has to do with communication, traveling, okay? Short distance traveling, curiosity, reading, communication, writing, and we have Venus here and we have Mercury Cassimi retrograde. And Mercury Cassimi is going to the heart of the sun, which means it's giving you bigger access to new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of communication. Maybe you're reading a book that's really going to inspire you. We have this grand trine in water, which is going to be in your third house, obviously seventh house. So we have Neptune and Saturn there, and we have Jupiter retrograde in the 11th house. So there could be some communication happening with your siblings, things about the past, sharing ideas with each other. So this could be a very healing time. And maybe you will suddenly understand what it is, what you can do to heal or improve your relationship with your siblings, even with your neighbors, right? If they were complaining about something, there might be a way to resolve this issue right now. We have Saturn and Neptune in the seventh house, Virgo. And this is really you understanding what it is that you need when it comes to commitment. So, Saturn in the seventh house is very serious about commitment. You know, Neptune was there with pink colored glasses, but Saturn is saying, you know what? You want all these things, but is this what realistically can bring a long-term commitment? So that's why relationship with Saturn in the seventh house are being tested. How committed are you to each other? If there's obstacles or things happening, are you going to stick together or are you going to go your separate ways? So Saturn is just testing your relationship. And when you're single, it's really this feeling of I'm going to only settle when I'm with someone, because we also have Capricorn in the fifth house ruled by Saturn. So right now, Virgo, especially Virgo rising, you're only going to settle for someone that is going to level you equally. Okay, that's going to level you equally. That's going to be on your frequency. We have this new moon in the third house opposing Uranus in the ninth. So unexpected trips, maybe going back to a place where you've been before. This could be for studying. This could be for learning something. You're learning something off this travel, okay? Going a weekend away. I don't know if it's weekend actually. Say you're going away for two days around this new moon, okay? And we have Mars in the 4th house. So you're going to feel a bit restless at home. Okay. We have a square with the North Node in the 7th. So maybe you feel like you need to do some sports because we have so much water. Water only is good when it goes with the flow. So even if you read, just feel what the words are telling you. Okay. And I know this sounds very dramatic, but it's true. This is how to work with these energies. Feel what you're reading because water also holds memory. Okay. So if you study, it's best to feel the words to understand like what is this person trying to convey in this message. Same with you. If you communicate for work, it's time to really have compassion and feeling what your clients are telling you. How can you adjust to that, right? Like Jupiter is in the 11th house, it's retrograde. So if you're networking or you're meeting with people, like where are they coming from? Like what would people need from a certain product? So if you're in business, you're going to look into how can I answer a certain need that people have? And what can I do with my program or project or product to help other people? Okay. So you can have a lot of good ideas for your business, for your work that can come up right now. And yeah, maybe new ideas of things you want to study that's going to add a new dimension to what you're already doing. You could be in contact with old friends or have good conversations with your friends that really give you these ideas of what you need in communication, relationships, studying. You might just have this really in-depth conversation because this is what people want with so much water. Okay. We have Pluto in the 6th house, sextiling this new moon as well. So whatever you're studying, whatever you're communicating, it's going to bring a powerful message in the workplace. Okay. And maybe you're reading about health as well, because we have Pluto in the 6th house. And, Pluto can give some extremes at first, extreme dieting, like dieting too much, letting go too much. Okay. It's a very strong planet, but it can sometimes give these extremes. So now it's time to read about balance, um, balance in your health and your diet is very important. Not too much of something. Okay. So let me draw you a card. Also, for the ones that are interested, I'm wearing this hoodie, and as some of you know, I'm a Virgo sun. So I have this hoodie with Virgo. I fixed it. You're welcome. Since we love fixing people's problems, right? That's our thing. So I made a little sentence for different signs. You can look at your sun sign or your rising sign. So you can check out my Etsy. Mercury retrograde still at hand. You can look at my Etsy link that I put in the description box. So let's draw you a card. My lovely, lovely Virgos. Okay. So what do we have here? Light. There's going to be light and love in a certain situation. And to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So even if you're going through like a dark time or a difficult time, this new moon is going to shed some light in certain situations because, sometimes we have to be in the dark in order to change things. We have to separate ourselves from other people. We have to be in solitude in order to understand what it is that brings us light and how we can function in light. Are you in the right job? Are you in the right relationship? Are you expressing yourself in the way that you feel is mimicking or bringing forward your authenticity, right? When we connect to our heart, we connect to our own authentic self. So yeah, if you used to do presentations very much from the mind, or the way you speak, even on social media, you're now going to connect to your heart and then convey the message, which is going to be even stronger. A little preparation and a little intuition there. So we get abundance. And nonetheless, people say Virgos are not intuitive, but that's very not true. Virgos are very sensitive and very good at reading people and reading situations. Okay. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Okay. Release any mental blocks that you may have. And there is enough abundance for everyone. So whatever is holding you back, thinking that maybe um, abundance cannot happen for you right now, you're going to look into that and change that perspective. Like, sometimes people feel like they need someone else to help them before they make money, or um, they need a certain situation to happen a certain way for money to come. Now you're the hermit, so you're probably more focused on, I have to do it on my own, right? But you have to, it's really about sensing what it is that you need, but also do that yourself first. And then situations come around you that will create what you ask for. So, um, moon energy, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. So, this is about letting go, like not trying to control the outcome of how things should be. If you're feeling confused, the fairy comes to calm the emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So, this is a very peaceful time if you allow it to be. Okay, my lovely Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it. Leave a comment below how this resonated with you, how this grand trine is acting in your life. I would love to know from and hear from you. Um, I send you many blessings, and until next time, let's move on to Libra. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this new moon in Scorpio in your second house. And the second house is related to your money, your possessions. This is also about how you feel about yourself, your value, right? And we have Venus here, we have the sun, we have the moon, well, this new moon, and Mercury is retrograde in Cassimi, the sun, right? So it's at the heart of the sun. So here you look at the heart of the matter, you're going to look at clarity. Like, what is it that you need to make more money? We have this trine with Jupiter in the 10th house retrograde. Then we also have Saturn and Neptune retrograde in the 6th house. So this is very, very oriented on business, routines, work, and health. So they all come together, right? Because when your health is good, your work goes well and your money goes well. If your health is bad, maybe less clients or less positivity in the workplace or compliments. So they're all aligned with each other. So Libra, you're going to figure out, how can you have a better balance? Are you doing the right thing in your life? And if you're self-employed, you're going to figure out, how can I have more clients? How can I work with more companies? How can I change my job if that's what you want? Or how can you make your current work situation better for you? Like, is there a boss that you don't like, or colleagues? Because Saturn is in the 6th house, so it's more related to colleagues. It could be that you might have a lot of pressure on you, a lot of responsibility, and you're gonna have to find a routine to deal with this responsibility, but also to have good boundaries, right? Because Saturn doesn't want you to overwork and burn out, because then you cannot do the other things. So it's important to listen to your body to see what kind of diet works for you and how can you make more money in the future, so you can make a plan. This is not a time for action. This is a time of intuition, feeling, and creating new ideas. Okay, we have Uranus in Taurus in the 8th house as well. So it might be possible investments that you can look into, right? Like crowdfunding, or maybe someone that wants to support you. But this is time for research. And the second house really wants to make your own money. So it's not, maybe an investment could help, but it's not going to be the main situation, or a partner could help you. But you mainly want to look at, how can you make more money? And are the prices that you're asking right? Is the salary that you're asking matching what you value, right? And you can undervalue yourself, or you could overvalue yourself. That's also possible. And you have to find the right value there for what you give back into the world. Okay. We have Pluto in a trine or in a sextile with this new moon as well. So you're gonna empower your skills. It could even be that your children are going to give you an idea and say, mom or dad, why don't you do this? That's going to attract more things. Or your partner even could say, Libra, this you can do. This is something that can really help you go to the next level. I'm getting this card, lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy, sometimes she can help us find things we never realized we lost. So sometimes, in certain situations, in certain jobs, and even in a certain relationship, we can lose a part of ourselves. It's almost like, you used to be really funny and do all these things, and now you stop doing that, right? And having children or having a certain job or having something should not prevent you from reconnecting with your inner child or reconnecting with certain skills and having hobbies that makes you feel happy, right? And sometimes even applying this skill to your job is gonna bring in more money as well, right? And then I get the tree wisdom. So this is the tree dryad. So this is about the trees. They will help you navigate through your current situation. So this is about spending some time in nature. And I know it's cold in many places, but have a swim, have a bath, go at least to the nature where there's some water flowing, because this is a cleansing energy with so much water. Um, this is about revealing insights, and the answers come through the sounds it makes. So you could even listen to music or go to a park and suddenly having this like aha moment. Like, I had no idea that, yeah, I kind of lost that about myself, and like reconnecting with that part. And that's going to help you with your money. It's going to help you in your job. You could be overlooking some old projects that you're going to revamp. So looking back, and oh, yeah, that was actually really good. I could finish that up, and I could bring this idea back, and actually, that would make money for your company, for your own company. That doesn't matter. For social media, if you're on social media, okay. But this is really about coming back to yourself, to your skills, your talents, but also to your value, and know that, not just half of you is necessary in certain place, but you can be yourself and do the job that you want, right? You don't have to hide certain aspects of you. So that's my message for you, my lovely Libra. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. So let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, and Rising. Obviously, this is a very big time for you. We have this new moon in your sign at 28 degrees, and we have Venus at 16 degrees, and we have Mercury Cassimi. Just let me get a drink. Some water. Okay. Yes, now I'm ready. So we have this new moon, Cassimi, Mercury retrograde in your first house. So then we also have this grand trine in water. So this is major, okay? This is a very, very spiritual alignment for you, Scorpio. And usually you're already very perceptive, okay? You're a very perceptive sign, and you're able to see the truth in many situations. That's why you're more suspicious than other signs, because you're like, I can look in the underworld, I can see the motives and the agenda of certain people or certain situations, right? So you're looking further into things. So this placement, this grand trine, is going to help you unravel more parts of yourself, because it's in the first house. And this could be through the people around you, through a travel, because we have Jupiter retrograde in the ninth house. We have Saturn and Neptune retrograde in the fifth. So it could be through your partner, your children, a travel, a mentor, that suddenly something unlocks. It could unlock a new skill, a new gift, Maybe you want to study something or pick something up again that you used to study that you were like, you know what? This is what I really want to do. So you're going to unravel things of yourself. And it could be true, the people around you that you're like, you know what? This is what I want to stand for. This is what I lost about myself that I really want to feel again and be again. And Uranus is in the seventh house, right? At 29 degrees in Taurus. So it could be that something that your partner says is going to unlock something within you. Maybe you're letting go of the negativity that you're feeling around you. Because if we're going to hold on to this negativity, it's really impacting your identity, right? So you sometimes need to detach and spend some time by yourself to recover because, water signs, especially this ground trine in water, is about going with the flow. But if too much chaos happens on the outside, your body is going everywhere and you confuse other people's feelings with your feelings. And this is where water signs like you, Scorpio, can start to lose yourself. So this is the time where you reconnect. And you could do art. If you're an artist, you might want to finish up something that you haven't finished yet, or certain projects. Finishing up certain projects right now. Okay. um yeah, some of you are, um there is a fertility window. We also have Saturn, so it does feel a little bit maybe heavier. So if you're carrying a child, that it feels a bit heavier, but it feels like destiny at the same time. So be very gentle for yourself. This is also having a new identity, right? Because a child is coming into this world, and when you become a mother or you become a father, then your identity is changing. Same as where you start a new creative project that might change the way people see you. Maybe you're even changing your looks for that, right? Like seeing, how do I want to present myself that feels authentic to you? Okay. And you might be traveling, studying something new, um, going back to a certain mentor, reconnecting with an old teacher of yours. We have Pluto there in the fourth house, also sextiling this new moon. So it could be that you're looking at your family situation and the family members and the choices they've made. And you're either going to make the same choices, like, I really admire this and that and that. But it could also be like, I kind of want to do it differently. I looked at what they did, and they maybe never listened to their own dreams and did what they wanted to do. And you want to make a change in that. Okay. So what do we have here? Manifestation. I mean, a beautiful day to write down your dreams and to do a little prayer to manifest your dreams, right? Be honest and clear about what you wish to manifest. Now, write it down on a paper. Manifestation is step one. So, this is about becoming clear. And we have so much water. So, it's the best time to become clear about things. Become clear about it. And then you can, lighten a candle and do a little prayer and visualize what it is that you truly want. And it's not just about visualization, it's about removing the blocks that are preventing you from actually having those things. So also to analyze, like, what is actually stopping you from those things, right? Pluto is in the fourth house, so look at your ancestors, look at your parents, like, what is holding you back? Maybe, because of Pluto in the fourth house, a move didn't work out. Why didn't it move out? Why didn't it work out? Like, maybe there's a reason behind things. And if we understand that everything happens for a reason, then we start to be more accepting of a certain situation, right? We start to have, we're going to be more in the flow, go with the flow. Water signs already are pretty good at that. But Scorpio, sometimes you can really be so protective of yourself that you're creating your own sabotage by being too protective. Like sometimes it's also about trusting your intuition because it's so strong. And when you trust your intuition, you know which person to let in and who not, right? And I'm telling that not just to you, but also to myself, because I'm also a Scorpio rising and moon. So I understand, right? So I got wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? So some of you have a huge amount of wisdom to share. We have Jupiter there in the ninth house. Like you're maybe preparing to be a certain teacher, or you're thinking like, how can I teach in different ways? This could be in a job, this could be in anything that you're doing, right? Because teaching can have many things. You could be a manager, you could be helping clients. It's like whatever you teach, how are you going to convey your message and your wisdom? Now it's time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. So if any challenge occurs, then it's time to dive into your own wisdom, because very often, Scorpio, you have the wisdom to solve things yourself. Divination. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. It's true because there is so much water, right? And I always say, be careful with divination. Only work with the light, because I see the messages sometimes about people like, oh, I started doing this and that, and I opened all these doors, and all these scary things happened. But it's so important to stay in the light, to protect yourself every day, and to work with prayer, and to work with the light, with angels, with God, with the universe, and not use it for bad. To, sometimes I see readers like, oh, this person is jealous, you should do this with the person and that. Is that really what cards is about? Or is spirituality about unraveling our own journey? Understanding a situation, yes, someone can be jealous, but what is your lesson with that? We could just scream it without doing anything, but aren't we better? Like, aren't we just as bad as the person who's jealous? If we're just like picking a card and say, this person is jealous, you should do this and that. No, we should learn from this situation. What can I do? I can have better boundaries. I can take distance. Why is this happening? How can I, avoid situations like that in the future? Because ultimately we are here to learn, and it sounds selfish, but it's not. We are the ones responsible, and we can change situations. And obviously there are exceptions where people are really in heavy situations, right? But living in anger all the time and then going to people who feed this anger is not about light work. This is not spiritual work. So yes, that will unlock bad stuff, but if you stay on the right path, you will get really beautiful visions, and you will see beautiful things. And you can connect with your ancestors in the most beautiful ways, and you will feel loved and protected. So, and this is what I really want to inspire people to go for. Okay, because there is a good side and a bad side of everything, right? We can do prayer in church, and then, next day we're gonna just point fingers to everyone who's a bad person. And yeah, that's not gonna, yeah. Anyways, I'm on a roll right now, but it's like, it's about intention with everything. This is how the universe works, with energy, intention, and we can decide which layer we're in, and we have to learn how to protect ourselves. This is very important in spiritual work. Anyways, that's my message for Scorpio. Thank you so much for listening to my long story. If you want to support my channel, leave a comment below, subscribe to it, and yeah, have a look at my Etsy shop. I have a calendar for 2026 with predictions, and I have these cute hoodies with like different signs and funny sentences. So have a look. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, and until next time, let's move on to Sagittarius. So we have Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this new moon in Scorpio in your 12th house. So this is really a time for rest. This is a time to unlock your, dreams. Like write down your dreams. You might have very vivid dreams around this time. Okay. This new moon is at 28 degrees. It's conjunct, well, Cassimi, Mercury retrograde. So because Simi is at the heart of the sun, right? It's within a degree. So it's going to be going to the truth of a matter. This will be unlocked to your dreams or maybe meditation. Very beautiful time to reconnect with yourself, to do some art behind the scenes, put on some of your favorite music, read your book that you like, okay? And spend some time by yourself so you can reconnect. We have this grand trine in water. So we have this new moon and Mercury trining Saturn and Neptune in the fourth house. So this is also about your housing situation. Are you happy with where you live, right? It's not a time to already take action on moving. This is about thinking about, where you come from. Are you happy in your house? Are you happy with your family? And what things can you change to feel better about that situation? Okay. This trining Jupiter retrograde. So we're going and diving deep within wisdom. These are all the original water houses. So they're not in the same signs, but they're all in the water houses. So this can bring a lot of clarity through meditation, going into nature, swimming, because water is cleansing. Okay. So this is about cleansing your body, cleansing your thoughts, knowing and removing these blocks so you can have more clarity on what you want to do next. Okay. This can be also related to finances. We have Jupiter retrograde in the eighth house, doing research in investments, doing research in the best contracts that you can have for example, your housing, or looking at houses, like what kind of house would you like to live in. It's just not the time yet to move, okay? Not yet, because we have so many retrogrades. If you already signed before, then obviously now is the time to reorganize your place and to really make it your own, okay? To make your home your own. We have the North Node in the fourth house as well. So some of you might be spending more time at home and less in the workplace. You might be starting to work from home even, or work hybrid, or just feeling like you want to connect more with, your family. And it's not always easy. Like some of you really literally need to take care of a family member as well. Okay. Let me get you a card. We have Mars in your sign. So you might be feeling a bit restless, like you want to move forward and you want to do many things, but this is not a time to act. We have a square with the North Node, so it's not a time to be impulsive. So do some sports, swimming is very good right now. And yeah, don't make too quick and hasty decisions. Like you're a fire sign, so all this water is feeling a bit weird. Like you're like want to go quick, but this is time to go inward and reflect. It's not a time to take action. But I know Sagittarius, you are a sign of taking action and going into this enthusiasm and all these things. You can do that, but not taking action too quickly because you might regret it. We have this new moon as well, opposing Uranus in the sixth house. So watch out for example, and I don't want to put anything in your head. Okay, so watch your health. Just also injuries. Okay, like if you're going too impulsive too quick, it might create something like that. Okay, just be careful, be in your body. This is so important because it's a lot of water. So be in your body. So ground yourself, do your meditation. Okay, connect in your body. So any type of sport that you do it from a more flowy aspect. Okay, like really intense workouts can work against you. So be in your body. Believe in magic. So I'm having this card. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you in nature. So sometimes people have like this, these are fairy cards, like this inner child enthusiasm. Like sometimes we forget that in this world, right? Because it's so fast and like, there's no time to really see the magic and the beauty that's around us. So you're part of nature, so you are magical too. So it's about seeing that you're part of something magical. And this you can see once you take a step back and you really relax and you're not going and running in different directions, but you're really in with yourself, right? And movement, conscious movement. You might be into dancing. That's a beautiful time for dancing, flowing, and reconnecting with yourself. What is important for you? Find balance. This is time to find your balance again. Okay, so if you felt a bit out of balance lately, you're gonna figure out what created that. Like, are your routines like really doable for you? Do you need to change something? Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Like, if you want to relax, you want to take a nap, if you want to sleep, this is the time to really relax. Okay, do a mask, go in a bath, and this is not a time for too hasty decisions or too hasty steps forward. We have Pluto in your third house, in a sextile with this new moon, so this is also about talking to yourself. There will be some revealing situations also regarding siblings, regarding your neighbors, and you do with that what you want. Okay, this is about seeing clarity and resolving those situations. Okay. So that's my message for you, my lovely Sagittarius. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support my channel, subscribe to it. Also leave a comment below how this resonates with you. Have a look at my Etsy. I have all these sweaters. I think for Sagittarius it says don't chase. I chase sunset. I don't chase deadlines. I don't chase deadlines, just sunset, something like that. So I have a sweater. Look on my Etsy. They're really comfy, actually. Yeah, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much, and until next time. So let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we have this new moon at 28 degrees in Scorpio in your 11th house. So this is regarding your friends, your friend groups, your networking groups, organizations that you're part of, and we have this new moon in Cassimi, Mercury retrograde. So Cassimi is within 1 degree with the sun. So it's at in the heart of the sun and is creating clarity there. So it could be that you're talking to one of your friends and they're giving you so much clarity, right? It could be introspecting about your friends. We also have Venus there. And Venus is trining the North Node in the third house. So you could be having great conversations. And these conversations bring in new ideas. Maybe you want to study something. Also, it could be giving ideas regarding your partnerships, your collaborations. You might start to think about collaborating with a friend. Now it is retrograde. We have a lot of retrogrades, so wait until that's over. At least till Mercury retrograde is direct, to see if that's still something you really want. But you could be talking about it. Jupiter is retrograde in your seventh house. So this is really about you looking into your relationship, maybe your happy moments together. If you're single, you're going to unlock what it is that you need to be in a healthy relationship. So this is a good time to get clarity. What is it that you exactly want? Like, if you're not clear on what you want when it comes to relationships or when it comes to friendships, right? Um, you might be attracting the wrong people. And also, what you want to attract first, also, you have to become your authentic version. So, what can you do to be your authentic version is to meditate, to connect with your heart, and to follow your path. Like, what is it that I want to do that makes me happy? And then you will be surrounded with people who have the same interest, who are, you know, with Jupiter in the seventh house as well, right? Next year after March, it's going to station direct in the seventh house. This is great for relationships, attracting love. So if you aren't already in a good relationship, this is time to really understand what it is that you're attracted to, what you won't accept anymore in relationship, what is important to you when it comes to friendships. You could be gathering right now and do a painting class together. Maybe some of you want to give a workshop. This is a good time to have a workshop that is very focused on introspection, looking within, going with the flow, like an art workshop, a spiritual workshop. Okay. It can be very healing at this point. We have an opposition with Uranus. So this new moon is opposite Uranus in Taurus, also retrograde. And there might be some sudden ideas that you get from your friends on things you want to create, on partners you would like to attract, maybe ideas for your children, like creative ideas, what you can, um, yeah, fun activities you can do with them, skills, creative skills. It's kind of this time to feel and to see what suits you best. We do have Mars in the 12th house, so be careful with your energy, okay? You might feel a bit low on energy, so don't haste into things. Um, and we have a lot of water, so you can be around with friends, but it shouldn't be too overwhelming, because if you're going to feel too overwhelming, because water is very easily going different directions, right? So if one person is talking to you and then the next, and then the next, you're going to be flowing in different directions. And that's not very usual for you, because you are a strong earth sign and you have good boundaries and you kind of know what you want. But during this time with so much water, you kind of understand where this, kind of confusion comes from. So don't over socialize, okay? Make a select group that you feel safe with, and then you will also feel more energized. I'm getting life energy. Um, a lot of sunshine brings more life-giving energy. So try to be more in the sun, okay? And in return, also, you should shine your light. And okay, so the more you shine your light, right, and you shine the light on yourself, so maybe there will be some things revealed about yourself that maybe need to come to the surface for you to heal it. And they can come through your friends that you're like, ooh, did I say that or did I do that? And you can cleanse this, right? You can heal that. And in return, when you heal yourself, you can also help other people, right? Because you have Scorpio in the 11th house. So you have a way of transforming groups. You could be speaking to groups, running, if you're in an organization, working in a large organization, you have a way of transforming people with your story and your speech. Okay. So it's important to stand in your own light. I'm getting temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that you makes you feel guilty? And this could come sometimes through your friends, right? Like we can be influenced by the friends that we hang out with, and it's not their fault. Ultimately, we have responsibility for ourselves, but it could be that where you're surrounded with and where you're in the energy with, right, that matches with all that water, you're going to pick up certain temptations. Like if everybody said, oh, just do this, why don't you do that? You're going to feel like, yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I'm weird for not doing that, right? Instead of listening to your own intuition. So don't let people talk you into temptation. We're talking about Scorpio here as well. You have the power to overcome temptation, whatever it's, guys. So this is about you knowing that you can overcome that. And then the last one is wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy to help you with a challenge. So you might be in a situation what is requiring your wisdom. Maybe you're sharing wisdom with other people that are going to help them. Maybe it's wisdom that you need for yourself, need to apply to yourself, okay? But this is a very watery alignment. Your partner might even unlock some of your wisdom, right? In a conversation you have with each other. So a beautiful time to communicate, also realign with your friends, your siblings, your neighbors, your partner, and really see where you're at in life. And some mental obstacles that you've been feeling, there might be solutions to them right now. Okay, so dive into your mental capacity. It might be that you have to go over some project or study that you've done, and you will see that you will see things in a different light. Also about yourself, you're smarter than you think. Okay, so that's my message for you, my lovely Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. So let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have this new moon in Scorpio in your 10th house at 28 degrees. It's together with Mercury retrograde, which is Kasimi within 1 degree with the sun, which is going in the heart of the sun. So you will get a lot of information and answers to your working situation, your visibility, your purpose in life. We have Venus as well in the 10th house, okay? Scorpio loves to break certain cycles. So here you can look at what cycle do I need to break to get the job that I want or to have the visibility that I want, right? How do I want the public to perceive me? So you're going to look at certain things. We have a grand trine in water. So this is not a time to push things. This is a time to go with the flow. It's trining Jupiter in your 6th house. It's retrograde, and also Saturn and Neptune in the 2nd. So these are related to work, your health, because when your health is not good, you cannot do your work and there won't be any money. So these things are connected with each other naturally. Now you're going to find solutions, especially in the workplace with your boss. Um, if you recently got a promotion, you're going to have to see, how much money do I want to have for that, right? Saturn is in the 2nd house. So you could be feeling like you're not earning as much as you should, but Saturn is testing you. Okay. Saturn is the hard teacher. It's like you need to be patient, but through hard work, you're going to get exactly what you want. So it's not going to give it to you right away, but it's going to restrict it. So you're going to appreciate it more, right? Like if you've been doing fasting, which some of you might do around this new moon, actually, is a very good time because Jupiter there is retrograde in the 6th house. You might get a lot of clarity. But if you didn't eat for like 3 days and you start to eat again, you will so appreciate it, right? So, in that perspective, Saturn is not the bad planet as they say it is. It's just going to make you more appreciative, and it's going to teach you about the value of things. So here you're going to, it's about persistence and discipline. So keep going after your vision. You might get a lot of answers on how to solve your work situation. Jupiter there in the 6th house with your colleagues, you might be resolving there's something there as well. You might go over a project that you already worked on. You might get good answers or ideas on how to heal a certain illness or health issues, discomfort in the body. Some of you just want to have a massage. Good day to have a massage and treat yourself, but you might find a lot of answers there. And that will give you also more self value because you feel like, what? Sometimes when we feel our body is failing us, we are like, what? How can this be? And you feel more unworthy, right? So we want to make our body strong so we feel stronger with ourselves, right? Like through yoga, through meditation. It's a beautiful time to meditate, especially before you go to work, okay? Just be careful with driving. You can be meditating, I don't know, go to the bathroom and do your 5-minute meditation. This new moon is also opposing Uranus in the 4th house. So this is about a sudden move for work. Some of you had to move suddenly, okay? This is like, it could be a talk about moving because there's so many retrogrades that it's not the best time to actually do the move now or sign the contract. But yeah, there could be a sudden shift. Okay. It could be that you're going back and forward with houses, or there's just, no fixed place. And you could have dealt with that during the whole Uranus in Taurus situation. But soon Uranus is going in Gemini on the 26th of April next year. Okay. So you will find more stability because you have Taurus in the 4th house. This is usually stability. Okay. Uranus just gave you more different idea of what housing is about and thinking more creatively. More, maybe you wanted a very techie house or like unconventional home, but you might change your mind after that. I'm getting abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release my mental blocks, any mental blocks you may have. and there is enough abundance for everyone. So it's really about seeing that sometimes we get in this trap that if we are not the first ones, if we don't hurry and do it now, we're not going to have what we want. So we have to go after it now instead of going with the flow with this water and wait for things to come to us, which are going to be the right timing. Because sometimes we think, oh, when I started doing astrology, so many people say, you know what, there's so many astrologers already. Like, you're never going to do this. But the thing is that I have a very different style of reading, and there are other people, they have their own personal style. And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, they attract people that resonate with them, and their audience might not resonate with me. There is enough work for everyone as long as we stick to our purpose. So this is where you're going to figure out that when you're good at what you do, and there might be hundreds, you might be a yoga teacher, there's so many, but you are your own unique person, right? And what you do is different from what someone else is doing. So there is enough work for everyone. Okay. You just have to shift your energy and see where life is taking you. Okay. So we have moon energy, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. Well, that's very, very suiting to the energy of this new moon. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Peace of mind is possible. So it's about understanding what can give you peace of mind in the workplace and also with who you are. Okay. It's by really just letting things flow. Okay. We have Pluto in your first house, right? And you should definitely watch my Pluto conjunct the ascendant video. It's about the natal placement, but it will help you because it's a quite a long-term placement and it will really can change your life. It can change your life. Okay. I have this in my natal chart, so I think I have a pretty good idea of what it can do. It can change your life, but it can give you so much wisdom and depth. You're going to come out a different person, so much wiser, so much stronger. This placement is bringing in extreme situations, okay? Extreme people, in some cases, extremely controlling, or you're trying to control a situation. They will bring in extremes, and those extremes will help you get to know yourself, right? It's in Aquarius. Aquarius runs organizations, friends, all those things, okay? So you might attract certain people that bring in some type of extreme that will make you reflect on something. Okay. So keep that in mind. And Pluto is sextiling this new moon. So this is going to give you perspective on how to do your work and what you want to do for work. If you don't know yet, this is a time where you discover, like, I could actually do this as a job. And that, we live in a place full of opportunities and there is enough space for you to create what you can share. Okay. So that's my message for you. Thank you so much for watching my amazing Aquarius. I so appreciate you. Have a look at my Etsy shop. I'm having all these hoodies with like funny text. You should check out Aquarius, and they're really comfy. Honestly, they white and navy blue and black color, but personally, I prefer the white one. Okay. But yeah, check out my Etsy shop. I also have calendars for 2026 with all kinds of predictions. So yeah, check it out. I'm wishing you all the best. This is such a special time. Reconnect with yourself. I'm sending you many blessings, Aquarians, and until next time. So let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. A very, very, very special day indeed. This new moon in Scorpio, because we have a grand trine in water, Pisces, and this is going to highly impact you if you have between 24 and 29 degrees Sun, Moon, and Rising. You're gonna feel this huge urge of creativity. We have Jupiter there in your fifth house retrograde, trining your Saturn and Neptune in the first house, and this new moon in the ninth house. Okay. So this will unlock massive creativity. Okay. It's also a very fertile time. So if you don't want children, or if you do, okay, have fun because this is a good time. It's a beautiful time for unlocking your gifts, doing your meditation. Okay. Saturn in the first house gives more responsibility, but it was truly testing you if you were on the right path. So, what does Saturn do? It's the strict teacher, and it restricts things in your life so you become more appreciative, but it's also guiding you in a new direction. Like, imagine you were doing something and you were convinced that that was the way to go, and then it's holding you back from work or from certain things, and you start to, in this boredom of restriction, you start to do something new that you used to do as a child, like writing, and you're like, why didn't I do anything with that? Okay. So ultimately, it's pushing you in the right direction. Um, it's giving you more responsibility, so you become stronger. And when you become stronger, you know, after this tough time in next year, Saturn is going to be in Aries. Okay. So it's going to be out of the first house, but it's really giving you this relief and release. And it's going to show you that, you know, you can do a lot more than you thought you could. Okay. Now we have this new moon in the ninth house. So it could definitely be that you're going on a trip, you're doing a study. A lot of you are doing maybe learning about astrology or card readings or learning languages or learning about philosophy, mythology, all these things, right? You could become a teacher. Um, we have this new moon in a conjunction with Mercury retrograde, which is Cassimi within 1 degree with the sun. So this is going to the heart of the matter. So you might be having this like itchy feeling that you want to do research on something. I want to know everything about this subject. I want to learn about this. And you can do a lot of research and find certain answers that help you with getting to know yourself, that help you with your skills. This might be on a trip, or this might be just, you know, with you're traveling with your mind into different destinations. So it's a great time to watch documentaries, do your meditation, put on some music, get into like a certain vibe. We have this new moon opposing Uranus, which is very close to your IC as well. It's at 29 degrees in Taurus in the third house. So a shift, like you could even have this sudden insight that's going to change a lot of things in your life. Okay. The way you communicate. Some of you might have this brilliant new idea on things you want to publish. Okay. We also have Mars in the 10th house, but it's squaring the North Node in the first house. Okay. So it's saying you have amazing ideas coming up, but it's not yet the time to take action on them, not fully. This is a time to retrospect, to introspect, to read over things, and to look within before taking action. Okay. But definitely a lot of opportunities come in that's going to change the course of your life, could be happening around this time. Okay. Yeah, sudden ideas, sudden trips for some of you, suddenly going on a trip. We have Venus in the ninth house, also trining the North Node. So you might be looking at, maybe you feel this new identity is arising, like you're changing the way you see yourself, and that's shown on the outside, right? Your wisdom, maybe you've been hiding some of your wisdom, and it's time to collect it and to share that with other people. Maybe you start to coach or mentor other people in a certain area. What do we have? Celebration. It's really a time for celebration. It's such a beautiful alignment. It's not to control anything. This is really to flow. This is your energy, right? To move with the flow, to not make plans, to just feel what you want to do in a moment and get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out, dance, and play. An invitation could be on the way. So it could be something fun, something to celebrate, any type of good news, okay? Some good news. It could be just having fun, enjoying yourself, your inner child, let it be free. Like, and then we have tree wisdom. So the trees have a lot of wisdom, right? And they will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insight, so the tree dryad, this fairy, It will give you the answers and insights through sounds. So music can get you in a certain state, right? And give you certain answers. The nature can give you certain answers as well. It can reconnect you with the trees. Like you can do some tree hugging or something like that. Okay. Um, there's a lot to celebrate, a lot of good things. Okay. Victory and success. Um, prosperity begins. So I have a lot of cards for you. Positive movement forward. All these things. Okay. Positive movement forward. Victory and success. We have here prosperity begins. But then I get like mental conflict. So some of you feel guilty for having good things. You might feel guilty, like, did I deserve that? Yes, you do. If it comes your way, you deserved it, right? That's something you worked for. And maybe you gave something and didn't get something back in the past. And some deeds, your deeds are not unseen. They come back at another time. The law of cause and effect. It could be something you've done in a past life, but it's still you who's done it, right? So enjoy this very, very beautiful alignment. Here you can connect with yourself and you can unlock a lot of blessings because Jupiter is very good in the fifth house, very creative. It's a beautiful time to, if you're on social media, you can have very creative ideas as well that you're going to present. So I'm wishing you all the best in this beautiful time. If you want to check out my Etsy shop, I have these hoodies with like fun text and the sweaters. They're in different colors, black and blue and white. I just prefer the white one because I like to wear hoodies in winter. And I thought it would be so fun to have that with astrology and to wear something like astrology like in the home because it's my life, literally. So have a look. I also have a calendar for 2026, and they give like small predictions for each month, and you can adjust that to your own planning. So have a look at my Etsy store, and thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And until next time, bye bye.